Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back on the Poker Stars for session number 2 of our road to a million. I wanted to mention one thing before we get started, something that I forgot to mention before. Right now, our total bankroll is 7,932, so a little under 8K, but we're going to be buying in today for 5K, which leaves our bankroll at 2,932. So that's how we're going to start with today. We're going to start with 5K and we're going to see how it goes. Alright guys, we have ace 10 in the cutoff, which is the position right before the button. We're going to go ahead and raise to 300. Maybe we'll steal the blinds here. This button seems to be taking his time. He might be putting out re-raise. But it seems like everyone has elected to call, and I think these guys will call behind. We will be in position, which is fantastic. Ace 10 out of position is terrible. So we have flopped an ace, which is fantastic. The pot's really nice right now. The only thing I'm really worried about is, a bigger, well, an ace with a better kicker, but it seems like nobody's betting, so we're going to go ahead and bet. We're going to bet at least half the pot. 650 will be okay. If we get re-raised here, then it means we're up against a spade draw. So he checks. I think we should bet again. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bet 1,200. See if he's scared of the flush. And he is not, so there's another ace. Wow, this could be bad. But we do have more chips than him. I think we should just go all in. And he folds. So wow, the first hand we played, well, not really the first hand, but oh wow, we get ace king right after that. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're in the hijack. I think we're just going to do the same thing again. We have a big ace again. Just to let you guys know, you should always play, a big ace. Like anywhere between the range of ace king to ace 10, you should always play. You should always try to play at least. If there's a raise before the flop, you might consider folding, making a tight fold. I would fold ace 10 if I was facing a re-raise out of position. Oh, for sure, every time. But thankfully that guy did not have a flush last hand. I didn't think he had a flush, so I think he probably had like 2 pair or something, because he called that on the flop, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so right here, I'm going to look really bad for folding ace king, but these guys, they have bigger chip stacks than us. We're going to fold 300. It's okay if you fold. Folding there, I don't know if that's considered tight. I just don't think ace king offsuit was doing any good there, especially with these two players who have bigger stacks than us, so we'll see what happens at the end of the hand. I don't know if I was just talking about something before. So king queen versus jack 8, and he just had trip 8s, actually full house, so cool for him. Glad we folded. And we have ace 4 under the gun plus 3, and a raise to 300. We're just gonna fold that. Alright guys, so we have pocket 5s in middle position. Thinking we throw in a little raise. Don't want it to be too big. Just 300 seems to be fine for me. Wow, everybody got out and we have position on everybody, which is fantastic, because pocket 5s aren't doing very well against too many people in the hands. There's so many hands that people could have. Not sure how I feel about this flop either, because those are all over cards. If anybody has any straight draws or pairs on this flop, they're gonna bet it, and they're gonna bet big. Yeah, so we have no choice but to fold. So, and I'm sure if anybody has anything here, they're gonna call, but if they don't, they're gonna fold. I think this guy's just gonna take the pot down here without a showdown. I don't consider that a semi-bluff, because I feel like if he had a hand, he was betting that amount. So we're just gonna fold here. Tray 5 offsuit. Gross. Bleh. We're gonna go ahead and call with jack 8. Don't like jack 8 too much, but we have flopped a pretty something nice here, so we're gonna go ahead and bet it. We're gonna bet 255 again, because we have flop top pair, and we have open-ended straight draws. We can hit, wow, all in. So we're faced with an all in. It's a bit annoying because it's hard to full top pair in the draw that we have, but I feel like anybody could just have ace-jack here, so sometimes you have to make those folds. But I think we're going to make a loose play here. We got 7-5 in the small blind, and I feel like raising because these guys are just going way too slow, and I'm tired of it. Plus, we can rep a big hand in the small blind if we have it. As long as there's no re-raise, I think I'm going to bet. Alright, let's go ahead and bet 300. I'm going to raise 300 in the small blind. There's not too many people in the hand, which I like. Plus, we're repping a big hand here. If anybody decides to call, they're going to have something decent. And if we get something, if we flop something good, we might be able to scare them out of the hand. We kind of have to loosen up a bit because we are down about 2,000, around that number. So we'll see what happens. If we get re-raised, we're going to have to call. But it seems like a player has folded. And this guy's taking forever. This table just takes forever. I'm tired of waiting for these people. Just fold. You don't have to think about it. So he calls. And wow, we flopped trips, which is fantastic. We're going to bet here. We're going to bet 350. Fantastic. We could not have asked for a better flop. If this man has an ace, oh man, we didn't get any action. But that's okay. We raised pre-flop. And now we're in the on the button with 7-5 suited, which is nice. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to raise to 300. Oops. So just that hand alone, guys, got us up over almost back to where we needed to be, especially if we do the same again. I love playing suited connectors or suited one-gappers, which is what this is here, suited one-gapper, and we're in position, so we get to see what everybody does. Once again, we have flopped decent. If nobody has a jack here, we're great. If somebody has a pocket pair, we're losing, but I think we can just bet big here and take it down. We're going to bet 750, and I think that should take it down as long as nobody has a jack. And this guy might make a loose call, but nope. And just like that, guys, we're almost back to where we started, so it's that quick. So we have 7-6 offsuit, and we are in middle position. I'm just going to fold that. Alright, so it's been a minute. We've been folding a lot of hands because we haven't been getting very many good hands, but we have king 10 in the big blind, which is not bad. Everybody folded, it seems like. Even the button folded. So he's going to raise from the small blind, trying to steal the blinds, hoping we don't have anything, but I think we should re-raise him. Let's bet 1,300. Telling him that we don't want to be pushed around. And he might just fold. Nope, he re-raised. So I guess we'll call 900 more. And wow, we flopped a king, which is awesome. He might just put us all in here if he has anything. To be honest, it smells like aces, but we're just going to go all in. I don't know what he has, but if he has anything, he's going to call, and he might call too. Pocket 9, so we're winning. And we're winning still. Fantastic. We doubled up, guys. That is healthy. That was what we've been waiting for. We now have almost 11K in front of us, so that's awesome, guys. All you have to do is really wait for a good spot and know when you're good. Pocket 9s, I don't think I would have shoved with pocket 9s, especially after that flop. Are you kidding? That was a horrible move. I don't know what he was trying to scare us off of. I mean, we re-raised too, so. We are in the small blind with ace-7. I'm going to play tricky and just call here. Wow, okay. King Jack 10 of clubs. That is not the flop we were looking for. But, ace, queen of clubs here is sitting pretty on the royal. I wonder if anybody has a hand. I doubt it. It's like nearly close to impossible to flop a royal flush. I have a book here that tells you the odds of that. I'm actually going to find out. 4 or 5 of clubs, ace of clubs. If the queen of clubs comes out. Wow, okay, so 4 or 5 just won it. Wow, that's crazy. Jack 7 on the button. I don't think we'll play this one. We're not going to play. I'm going to find this for you though, guys. Okay, so I found it, guys. The probability of flopping a royal flush. 5 tray. I think we're just going to fold that. But I'm going to tell you guys this. If you hold ace king of diamonds, the probability that the flop will be queen jack 10 of diamonds, which gives you a royal flush, is 0.01%. That's 19,599 to 1. That is pretty crazy odds. Alright guys, so we're in the small blind with queen 4. We're going to try and play this one. We're actually going to raise here and try and steal the blinds. So we're going to bet 2... We're just going to keep it, go 300. The usual bet. Try and steal the blinds. He might call out of position, but I can't see him having a very good hand, so we're actually going to bet here. We're going to bet 400. The big blind, yep, he's just going to fold. That's one easy way to take it down. A bet there on the flop will take it down, especially with a board like that. Especially if we raise before the flop, because if you have a flop of like 7, 8, 9 or 8, 9, 10, you know, with possible flush draws, just that kind of flop will scare out anybody if you bet, even if you don't have anything. Pocket jacks, fantastic. I think we should raise a little bit more with the pocket jacks, just because I don't like other hands being in the hand while we have a big hand. So if anybody's going to re-raise us here, they're going to re-raise us with something big like ace king or ace queen. So if nobody has that, they're not calling 750 unless they have a pocket pair. But I think pocket jacks you have to raise a lot with. It seems like everybody's going to fold except for me and this guy, and he re-raised us, so we're going to call, obviously. We have position on him, and we have pocket jacks, so king 7-7, not the best flop for us, especially the king is a scare card, and that is an all-in bet. Now we are faced with a very tough decision here. I can definitely see him repping a king, and this guy called too, so I can't see him repping a 7. We're going to have to make a fold here. Pocket jacks. It's easy to fold pocket jacks, but I feel like we could have got bluff there, which is fine. We didn't put too much into the pot. Like I said, we're already up, you know, a good amount. We have the ability to make folds like that. And he just opened alls in for no reason, so we're just going to fold. And we're going to fold queen 6 under the gun here, because that's garbage. You only play premium hands under the gun, high pocket pairs, aces, kings, queens, ace, king, ace, queen are the only hands you really should play under the gun, because you have one of the worst positions in early position, and you're just all hands that are going to call behind you could potentially be better than yours. So you really only want to raise with premium hands under the gun. So wow, okay, so we've been sitting here for a minute or two, and I got pocket fives again. So we're gonna raise, of course, 300. We have chips to play with. We are under the gun. Everyone's getting out because they know that, you know, you have to have a premium hand in order to play out of the gun. But we might get a call or two here, especially from the button, if he has anything good. Plus, if we flop a set, that would be fantastic, because our hand is very deceitful. Usually you only play premium hands or, you know, high pocket pairs, but wow, okay, we flopped a set, which is awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and bet. We're gonna bet small. We're gonna bet 400. See if this guy has a hand. If he doesn't, he's just gonna fold. So we'll see. If he raises us, well, wow, he did raise us. So what could that mean? Could mean pocket queens, which would be terrible, because we could end up going broke this hand. We're gonna re-raise him. 1200. We'll just click that, letting him know that we have a big hand here. So he's gonna call, and now we're gonna check, see what he wants to do. And he checked. So now we have a full house. 5's full. And what would suck here is if he had something like ace queen, which is definitely a possibility. There's actually a decent amount in this pot. I'm just gonna check it down and see what he wants to do. If he has ace queen, we're losing. And he checks it. And he had nothing, so we won that pot. Not bad. We have ace deuce on the button. Hand number 47. We're reaching the end of our session, guys. We've been playing for almost an hour. A little bit longer of a session this time because of the people on the table have been taking their time. We're going to raise here. 300. A little tricky with the ace deuce on the button. I've been playing a lot of hands, a lot of pocket pairs. I don't know how many times I've been to Showdown. We'll check that in the stats later. But whether or not these guys are watching my play or not definitely affects what cards they call me with. It appears that the small blind is called and under the gun is called, so we should be scared here. Bigger aces for sure, just something to look out for. A lot of people don't believe me in this hand, so flop comes 9-8-9, 2 clubs. We have ace high here, which is not bad to be honest. And if everybody just checks it to me, I'm going to bet. Of course I'm going to bet. We're going to bet a lot. We're going to bet 1,200 actually. See if anybody wants to call. If anybody hit a set here, of course they're going to call or re-raise. Especially one of these hands here. If they have pocket pairs, they'll call. Seems like he's going to fold, fold, fold. If anybody has a club draw, they'll call. If anybody has a straight draw, they'll call. But it just seems we'll find out what happens on the turn. And if he bets out here, he did not, so we will bet big again. 3,300. I think we will make it. Letting him know that we have a big hand here. We are not messing around. Very nice bluff done by us. Fantastic. Alright guys, here's the last hand of the session. Under the gun plus 2 ace-5 clubs. I think we're going to do the same thing that we did last time and just call here. We're going to call with ace-5. I think that worked out well for us last time. Like I think I said before, I don't like to call, you know, with weak aces, you know, in later positions, but trying not to lose all of our winnings here. It seems as though someone has bet 100 in the small blind. If we are feeling lucky, we might call here. Just depends on if anybody else raises. I might call 100 just to see if there's a club on the turn, but nope, there's a raise, and we're gonna fold. And that is the end of the session, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and review our stats while we watch this hand unfold. If we hit the flush, well, oh well, we missed out. So we have our stats here. We saw the flop 24 out of 50, so 48%. Yeah, we didn't get the chance to play too many flops, so we played about half of the hands that we were dealt. We missed the flush, by the way, so 5 out of 5 times in the big blind, so we are playing our big blinds. 7 out of times in the small blind. Wow, that's actually that's a little different. 13 out of 39 times in later positions. So we've been playing a lot of early position. Surprisingly, we've done well. Pots won at Showdown, 2 of 5, so we've only seen Showdown twice. That's 40%. Pots won without Showdown, 6. So we won 6 hands without having to show our cards. So that's basically 8 out of 11 pots we've won, which is really good. I think we did really well today. We've been playing for an hour exactly, actually. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to cut a lot of this so you don't have to see a lot of it. But if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you have any comments, leave them down there in the section below. Hit that subscribe if you like what the videos that I put out, and we will see you guys in the next session. Thanks guys for watching. Peace out.